Southern magnolia, genius of strength and wisdom, roots tethered in love. And so a lot of my work is social, political, unfortunately, because I don't think I was innately that. But journeying into the Five Points Art Gallery project, I got exposed to a lot of things that I didn't want to have to fight against, per se. And one of that is challenging narratives about the black home and family, like there's no love that exists there, there's no support or advocacy for education. Everyone is drug addicted and violent and what have you. And it's just a narrative that I couldn't relate to or I didn't experience growing up. And so she was a foundation that set that example of dismantling those narratives by just being you. And then within the gallery, that's the core of what it is. It's community, it's family, it's elevation, it's education, and it's love. But unfortunately, it is threatened to be taken away, the work that is done, the narrative that dismantles. And so I also wrote haikus to challenge the things that I got thrust upon me to let those people know that it's not going to be taken lightly. So one of the main subjects that I comment on now in my work is gentrification. So this is another haiku called Gentrification. Urban gentry gain, life, liberty, justice not, modern trail of tears. And a lot of these infiltrators have the mission or marketing as equity enablers. And so this next haiku is called White Savior Holds Hope. White Savior holds hopes, hostage, tenants own home dreams, indentured evermore. Thrive on King's black back, leech bronze independence for pale equity dreams. And with the implementation of gentrification, we saw a lot of these, I call them cash for home signs. You probably see them mostly on the north side. They're also called visual pollution. And within the gallery right now, I have a interactive installation that is a home that's built to represent the black home that's getting displaced. And it's an intergenerational home like the home I grew up in. But on the facade, it's all these cash for home signs that I've cut down and pulled up off the street to show like the bombardment and the hostile aggression on trying to take over neighborhoods and homes and actually destabilize neighborhoods and causes homelessness. So Cash for Homes dismantles faded pictures till entomb land sank lineage. And I don't know if people know the practice of displacement, but they're tearing down a lot of valuable older properties, and what they do is just bury all the artifacts, the pictures, the jewelry, and everything that is really valuable to a family, and they'll build new and cheap on top of that. And so if you dig underneath a lot of these homes, you will find graves of existence that was once before. Sorry, I have a few. So I'm always challenging. I'm not easily bought. So a lot of people who try to buy me in the property and it's not for sale, they get frustrated. But I always think about, am I doing what's right? I could have an easier life if I accept bribes. And so this haiku is called The Price to Lose the World to Gain One's Soul. Cyclic slave, your dignity color can't afford. uprising ensue. So they get mad at me when I don't comply. And I have been a victim of retaliation and violence and threat of foreclosure because I hold true to my community and not money. And then I have this random haiku. It's called Poverty Pimping. If that sweet black sugar shakes her sweet black ass, tin cup, take her breadcrumbs too. So if anybody has been to or seen the gallery, it's a nice old building. It's pretty big. It's an old funeral home. But in the grand scheme of real estate and wealth, it's tiny. And so my discontent with a lot of things is this is like all I have, and you have everything, but you want to take like my crumbs, the threads, and everything too. And so it's never enough, even with your narrative of we want to help Black women, disadvantaged communities, offset redlining, and be equitable. Oh, 1 minute, thank you. I told you I'm not naturally a speaker. So the gallery has survived 7 years. We have an anniversary dinner tomorrow if anyone wants to support and join. But within those 7 years, my family has expanded through the work that I've done with the artists. And so while I get a lot of credit for it, I share it because of the referrals and the community that has expanded through this work. The gallery is in threat of foreclosure. And I held an art and music festival on the 29th of September to highlight the work that we've done, but also to broadcast the talent that I have been blessed to work with and have exchanged with. And so I have been fundraising to try to pay this balloon payment, which is a lump sum of $260,000 to keep the building all at once. And I've gotten no corporate support, which is okay, but it says a lot. But I have raised about $20,000, which is the most money I've ever touched or raised in my life. But that's all from like your everyday person. And I think that speaks to the work, again, that we've done and who's begging for the need of culture and place and safety in this space that I have cultivated. And so I thank everyone who has supported, and some of the artists, it was possible that a celebrity was going to perform with me, but they couldn't make it. And they were so excited. And I was like, I don't even care about that person. You're the talent. I care more, not more about you, but you're as important as the celebrity. So just leave it out all on the stage. And so that is the kind of space that 5 Points is amplifying and sharing housing. I've dealt with a lot of housing insecurity, food insecurity. We feed people off the street too. And so the erasure of the space is not just a retail space of art, it is housing for people. People have been evicted or kicked out even when they had a child because they said, oh, the child is not on a lease. Somebody that didn't have food. And so we're requesting help protect this space. And so I thank you for hearing my story.
Thank you, Fatima.